Now that we've went through and guessed all the games, let's get these lines updated up to the minute. We use DraftKings as our official lines provider. We think they're the most fair, and we love their site. All right. Here we go. This is the Thursday night game. We'll give you our moneymaker. We'll talk through it. So here we go. Patriots, Rams. We predicted this game at Rams -4.5, and it's Rams -5. We are right on the money, folks, and I think that's fine because Patriots, they cannot score the ball. I will not expect them to put up more than 10 points this game. Now, this Patriots defense, they can definitely hold the Rams. They can definitely hold the Rams offensively, but Cam Newton, probably a couple of turnovers. I think it would be safe to take the Patriots +5, but I really just am not going to sit around and wait for Cam Newton to put up points because I don't think they're going to come. So probably the safest option is to take the Patriots +5. Games are close, folks. They're usually one possession, but I cannot trust Cam Newton here, folks. I get it's prime time, and I get it's all that, and I get it's a Bill Belichick coach team, but this is the Rams at home. They've got the better offense I can trust and actually watch and actually kind of expect them to put up points where this Patriots offense, folks, they put up 45 points with Cam Newton putting up 65 yards through the air, and they had a running back that put up like 60 yards on the ground too, folks. It's not good. It's not good. So we're going to swallow the points here. Rams -5. That's going to be our official moneymaker. Make some money this week. Rams -5. You basically double your money, 500. You win 965, so you profit $465. That's pretty good. Yeah, I cannot stomach just kind of waiting around for Cam Newton in this Patriots offense to score, folks. I don't see it happening unless the defense sets them up with the short field. And then I still think at that point they settle for field goals. So we'll go Rams -5 here, folks. That's going to be our moneymaker for today. Alrighty, let's move on. Here we go. Chiefs and Dolphins. We predicted this game at, where are we at? I'll find it, folks. Don't worry, because it's not the same order that the NFL uses, so they're all over the place. But we'll find it. Here we go. Chiefs, Dolphins. We predicted this one at Chiefs -3, and it's. Did we say Chiefs -3? Okay, it's Chiefs -7, so we're definitely off about that, and I think I love the Dolphins +7 here. Yes, Tua is struggling moving the ball, but he had a great third quarter last week, and I think this Dolphins defense can keep up with this Chiefs offense. Everybody, rules out, these defensive teams. The Steelers are, I think people are writing off the Dolphins too. Defensive matters, folks. We just went through the Chiefs. When they faced a good defense, they did not score more than 30 points, and I think that's great for the Dolphins here. So the Dolphins, if they score 23 points, you get the 7. I think that's automatic win, and I think they can definitely do that. I expect Tua here kind of to sling it around a little bit. Let's open him up a little bit. This is the team to do it against. The high flying of the Chiefs, match it with the Dolphins, folks. Let's see what we get here. So I think early on, I like the Dolphins +7 at home. Good defense. Chiefs against good defenses, folks. We just showed y'all. Against the Patriots, the Broncos the second time, and the Ravens. They didn't put up 30 points. So I think I like the Dolphins +7. We have our official picks tomorrow on the show. This is just kind of reacting and guessing the line. So I think early indications, I think I like the Dolphins +7. Alrighty, Jags and Titans, and we predicted this game at Titans -6, and it's Titans -7. So once again, right on the money there. Titans coming off of a huge loss last week, but they played good in the second half. Now they did the same thing against the Steelers when they faced. So they have a history of doing that. Cannot trust the Jaguars here. Now it's 7. Now it's getting a little bit interesting. We liked the Jags +10 last week. They lose by 3. Do we like them +7 here? I don't know. I think the Titans defense, they just got beat up, and these are grown men we're talking about. When grown men get punched in the face and get humiliated on TV or just in a game, just regardless, they usually step up the next week. So I think I like the Titans here. Going to be a close one. Probably stay away from it. The spread is a little too much for me, but I still like the Titans here. Alrighty, Vikings and Bucks, and we predicted this game at Bucks minus 6.5, and it's Bucks minus 6.5. Bingo, bango, right on the money, folks. We called it. We know what we're talking about here. Love it. Yeah, we'll swallow the 6.5. Perfect. Right under that 7 hook. That's where you want to be. Vikings, I mean, they make mistakes all the time on offense, folks. You cannot trust it. They are not totally buttoned up, and until they get buttoned up, we cannot buy them. So I think we swallow the points. Tom Brady off a bye with all these weapons. He's had all these kind of outbursts with Bruce Arians, all these quotes, Bruce Arians saying Tom Brady's going to use it to fuel this fire off of a bye, a superior or an inferior Vikings team. I think the Bucks here at home off of a bye, Tom Brady, they get back on track. They're looking to kind of get momentum into the playoffs, so this isn't kind of they get into the first round and they're done. Now, also another note, Tom Brady, they kind of lose in kind of these primetime slots, the 4 o'clocks, the primetime games on Sunday and Monday night. Why does the Bucks struggle? Why do the Bucks struggle? Because Tom Brady knows that Bill Belichick's watching him. Now, Bill Belichick, I believe, is playing at the same time. Is that correct? No, they play tonight. So, Bill Belichick may be watching this game. Tom Brady may know that, so maybe he doesn't perform well. Maybe that's the case. But that is kind of my philosophy here. Whenever Tom Brady is on primetime TV, that's why he loses, because Bill Belichick is watching him, and he knows it. Tom Brady knows it. So, maybe Bill Belichick will tune in on this game. I don't think it's nationally televised, so I don't think Tom Brady's probably thinking, oh, Bill Belichick has like Game Pass or NFL Red Zone or anything like that. So, we're going to go with the Bucks here, minus 6.5. Yeah, Bucks minus 6.5. We'll swallow the points. I'll tell you right now, this is going to be in our moneymaker tomorrow, folks. I'll tell you. Bucks minus 6.5. Get it early before it goes up to 7. This is why you got to watch it live every day, folks. All right, because if this goes up to Bucks minus 7, we're not taking it anymore. I'll tell you right now. We'll buy it down to 6.5. We're not getting hit on the 7 hook. Alrighty, let's move on. Here we go. Cardinals and Giants, and we predicted this game at Cardinals minus 2, and it is Cardinals minus 1.5. So once again, right on track. We're doing real good this week, folks. I love it. All right, Giants at home, and we get plus 1.5. I think I take it. Kyler Murray, they've been on this kind of skid offensively, and I'm not ready to buy it yet. Now, I do like this Cardinals defense, and we saw what the Giants defense did last week, holding, the Seahawks to really only 10 points because they gave up 2 points on the safety. So Daniel Jones, he's not going to take a safety. They're at home looking to kind of put away this division. Now Arizona, they are coming off of a bad loss, and they were at home for that game. They, that was a division game. They've got the Rams next week. So maybe they overlooked this Giants game, getting ready again to rematch the Rams. Giants at home plus the point. I'll take it. Daniel Jones should be good to go. Wayne Gallman's good to go. Joe Judge has been doing a fantastic job. I didn't think he would work out because this is a special teams coordinator that got a head coaching job. And it's kind of funny because we've seen the Giants take the safety last week. And then 2 weeks ago, the punt team, they gave up a punt return for a touchdown. So that's the special teams head coach. I mean, if you have a special teams head coach, your special teams really should be buttoned up every single game. That's just my opinion. But we digress. Giants plus 1.5. I think we take it. Giants at home. We'll take it. Alrighty, Bears and Texans. We predicted this game at Bears minus 1, and it's Bears plus 1.5. Okay, that's fine. You get the Texans minus 1.5. You get the Bears plus 1.5 at home. I think I like the Texans here. They did good last week. I was not expecting them to play as good as they did. Very close game, right down to the wire. It's just Deshaun Watson fumbled on like the 1 yard line. That rarely ever happens, folks. So, if he doesn't do that, they most likely win the game, and they win by 1. So Texans probably should have won last week. This Bears team probably should have won last week, but they didn't because they're trash as well. Mitch Trubisky's so bad. Matt Nagy's like, what the hell can I do now? We just put up 30 points. We had a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left in the game, and Mitch Trubisky still blows it. So he's probably thinking to himself, what the hell can I do? Bears have a COVID positive test this week. Who's that? If it's anybody on the defensive end of the ball, I love the Texans. I'll take them minus 1. I'll take them minus 3. I probably don't take them more than that, that, but you get what I'm saying. So I think I like the Texans early here. Bears +1, that's nothing. I wouldn't trust Mitch Trubisky with 10 points. I've done it before. I trust Mitch Trubisky with 9.5, and it blows up in your face because he's facing Aaron Rodgers. You think the defense can hold him on primetime TV, and they can't. Cannot trust his Bears defense any longer. This is exactly what happened to the Bears last season. They were good. They were looking good. And then the offense still sputtered every single week. And that makes your defense frustrated. They're like, man, what more do we have to do for y'all? What more do we have to do for you guys on the defensive end of the ball? We've got Khalil Mack. What more do you want? What more do you want? So that's what the Bears defense is thinking to themselves. They give up at the end of the season because they know we can't make the playoffs. We're not going to risk our bodies and risk all of this because it's going to come as a loss. So it doesn't matter what we do anyway because our offense cannot put up points. So this is the time of the season where the Bears just absolutely give in. The defense doesn't work. The offense never worked. Texans. I just talked myself into it. We'll take the Texans -1.5, folks. We'll call it right now. Cannot trust what the Bears did, and the Texans had a great game last week, folks. With 2 of their top 4 wide receivers being out from last week to this week, they did pretty good at having next man up mentality. So we'll take the Texans here on the road. Alrighty, Cowboys and Bengals. We predicted this game at Cowboys -3, and it's Cowboys -3.5. Once again, right on the money. We love to see it. Now, do we trust the Cowboys -3.5? No, I would not trust them with 10 points. Are you nuts? But this Bengals team, they're not good either. These are 2 trash teams. We stay away from it. Now, the Cowboys are trash because of their head coach, and that's trash. And the Bengals are trash because they're a new team kind of put together this season. You wouldn't expect them to have success anyway. You would expect the Cowboys to have success with a Super Bowl winning head coach who coached Aaron Rodgers and has been always kind of 8-8 or better his entire career. In this loaded roster of the Cowboys on offense, you have Dak Prescott, you have Amari Cooper, you have Zeke, who we thought was a good running back but has proven that this season that he's not. You are the main premier back. You got paid. You are the new number 1 weapon on offense with Dak being out, and he's still not putting up anywhere near like Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry numbers. Why the heck is that? Why the heck is that not, huh? I don't know. We don't buy the Cowboys. We'll never buy the Bengals until next season with Joe Burrow's fully healthy and, their head coach has a second year under his belt and Joe Mixon finally returns to the lineup. So we stay away heavy from this game. Cannot trust the Bengals with 3.5 points here. Cowboys probably win this game because they should win this game. It's about time they win a game that they should be winning. So we're just going to stay away from it. Alrighty, let's move on. Here we go. Broncos and Panthers. We predicted this game at Panthers -2, and it's Panthers -3.5, so a little off there, and I understand it. This Panthers team is good. I like them, even without Christian McCaffrey. Now, the Broncos are getting 3.5 points, and I think I like that a little bit. Drew Lock, he's not really dependable, but he's able to kind of keep games close sometimes. This Broncos defense really kind of just going to rest on their shoulders. They did good last week against the Chiefs on the road, so that was a huge promising sign. This Panthers team, they're always in the game, and they always go on these long drives in the game. I would look it up, folks. I would say by just watching these Panthers play that they probably have the best third down conversion rate in the NFL this season. I think that's a fact. I would bet money on that, not knowing the actual result of that, just by going on the Panthers. But Panthers -3, I don't think I like it, whereas the Broncos +3, I think I like it. I think this game's going to be close, folks. I mean, the Panthers aren't this great team that blows everybody out. They just kind of keep themselves in the game. They do go and drive down the ball, and they usually end up with touchdowns and not have to settle for field goals, so that's good. We'll have to see if Christian McCaffrey's playing. We'll have to see his status. That will definitely play huge into it. If Christian McCaffrey's playing, then yes, I love Panthers -3.5. If he's not, then I think I don't. But even still, we'll see. I think DJ Moore may also be out too. So that is something that we have to keep an eye on. So, Panthers, Broncos, I would kind of wait until maybe Saturday or Sunday to pick this game after all the information on the inactives and actives for the Panthers come out. But We'll kind of hold off on this one. I don't think I'm going to take this one, take this game. These are just two of these. If we have bad teams going against each other, anything can happen. So I would either take the points or stay away from it. We're going to stay away from it here. All right, let's move on. Jets Seahawks. We predicted this game at Seahawks. What do we got? Seahawks minus 7.5, and it's Seahawks minus. Wow, we were totally off, and I 100% understand it, folks. I 100% understand this. I definitely lowballed it there at 7.5, and I understand that now. So Jets are absolutely atrocious. We would never take them plus 13.5. We would never take them plus 40.5. We would never take them plus 50.5. 60.5, maybe, but probably still not. Seahawks got punched in the mouth last week. Offense couldn't do anything. They put up 12 points, really only 10, 2 points to the defense. So expect the Seahawks. You would expect the Seahawks to step up this game, right? So we're not going to take this one. We're not swallowing 13.5 points, even though it's against the Jets and it's Russell Wilson. We're still not going to take that. That's nonsense. It's nonsense to bet against that with that big spread. So we stay away from the game. The Jets are still trash anyway. They lose. They're going to lose the game. And if they win the game, I will never talk to Seattle again. I will never talk Seattle on the show ever again if the Jets upset them here this week. We just stay away from that game. All right, let's move on. Here we go. Colts Raiders. We predicted this game. What do we have this game at? We had this game at Raiders minus 1.5, and it's Raiders plus 3. Raiders plus 3. Here it is, folks. The best bet of the week. Raiders plus 3. We're taking this all day, folks. I do not trust Phillip Rivers on the road. I do not trust Phillip Rivers ever. I would not trust Phillip Rivers. If you give me any game, I'm not trusting him. Raiders here, yes, they are a little iffy. I will give everybody that. They really shouldn't have won against the Jets last week. Probably should have lost, but they were still moving the ball down the field. There was just a couple of turnovers that, spoiled their field position, and at the end of the day, they still win the game. So give them credit there. Raiders on the road or at home, huge good for them. They're trying to compete for the playoffs. They know they kind of have to win out or win most of. What do they got? What are we at? Week 4. They got 4 games left, so they know they have to win at least 3 of their 4. Basically all 4 of the games. So John Gruden at home, Derek Carr, they know the pressure's on. This Colts team, once again, knows the pressure is on, and Phillip Rivers flounders when pressure's on. Folks, they can't even score the ball in the second half of games. I'm over it. I'm over this Colts team. I was never on this Colts team. I was off this Colts team since week 4 when they lost against the Browns. We were off of them. We're off of them here. They're on the road. The Colts are not good on the road. Phillip Rivers is not good on the road. Raiders at home, and I'm getting 3 points with this explosive offense? Come on. This Colts defense is not good. Stop it. Raiders plus 3. I get points. They may not win, but I get 3 at home with the better quarterback and the better overall roster. I'm taking the Raiders. I do not trust Phillip Rivers. That's all. That's the only reason I'm not taking the Colts. I do not trust Phillip Rivers. And that's a huge I don't trust Phillip Rivers, folks. That's huge. Raiders plus 3, we love it. Oh, my God, I'll tell you right now. Raiders plus 3, I'm taking it. That's a lock. Raiders plus 3. Love it. Finally, we got something that we love here. Raiders plus 3, folks. There it is. That's how you make money this week. Raiders plus 3. They'll win outright, I'll tell you. I would take them straight up, honestly. Alrighty. Colts should have lost last week as well. The Raiders should have lost last week. The Colts should have lost last week. There's no reason the Raiders should be plus 3 at home. Come on. Let's move on. Let's see if we get something else we love. Here we go. Packers and Lions. We predicted this line at Packers minus 4, and it's Packers minus 7.5. Okay. Detroit last week, they were good. Come back down 10 with 4 minutes left. That's huge. Everybody loves this head coach. That's what it tells me. Everybody hates Matt Patricia, and I understand because that man cannot coach. So if players hate him and don't think he's a good coach, that would not surprise me. And the way that the Lions performed last week, being down and still buying in late in the game, that's kind of huge. That means they buy into this man. Now, the Lions, they're going into their second game with their interim head coach, and that usually doesn't fare well for the Falcons and the Texans, who've also done it this season. season. They kind of lose their second game. So Packers minus 7.5. I think I'm going to stay away from it. I think the Packers win, no doubt. It's Aaron Rodgers, and they're trying to close out a playoff run here. And the Lions here, they've got really nothing to play for besides kind of their future with their interim head coach or whoever the next head coach is. They want to audition and kind of, hey, we still want to be on this roster next year. Please do not cut us now that we have a head coaching switch. So we probably stay away from this game. Packers minus 7.5. They get you on that 7 hook. Yes, I understand it's the Packers, and they can definitely overcome the 7-point hook, but, it's not guaranteed. It's Packers on the road. You know how they are on the road. Don't give it 100% offensively sometimes. I think we stay away from it. Alrighty, Saints-Eagles. We predicted this game at Saints minus 6.5, and it's Saints minus 6.5. Another one we call correctly, right on the money. Absolutely love it. And we're fine again here. We'll swallow the 6.5 with the Saints. I mean, folks, their offense alone is going to win this game, and I think their defense is really going to shut down Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is decent. I didn't love him when he was at Alabama. He looked a little bit better when he went to Oklahoma. I will give him that. But still, I'm not a big Jalen Hurts fan. I wasn't a big fan of his in college. So I don't think I'd like him in the NFL. It's a quicker game. It's a different game. It's a more intense game. If you don't prosper in college, I don't think there's any way you prosper in the NFL. So, I mean, this man got benched in the national championship game in college, folks. I mean, not great for Tua. Okay. And he won the game. So make of that information of what you will. We like the Saints here. It's Taysom Hill. He's been playing absolutely fantastic. Yes, his legs are good, but that's not what we're talking about, folks. The arm is magnificent. The man could be a starting quarterback. The man needs his name respected like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray and even Deshaun Watson. Taysom Hill is as good as those players, folks, and I don't want to hear any more of it. Saints, Taysom Hill, that's all we need to know. Everybody's good. Saints on the road, I don't think it matters. Eagles here starting a new rookie quarterback, not going to get it done. Saints minus 6.5. I think we swallow the points there, folks. All right, a couple more games here, and then we'll get out of here. Washington and 49ers. We predicted the game at 49ers minus 2, and it's 49ers minus 3.5. Now, this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. They're clearly saying the 49ers are half a point better team than Washington. Now, is that really the case? I don't know. The 49ers last week, I mean, big letdown against the Bills. They could not stop Josh Allen for the lives of them. Josh Allen was looking like Peyton Manning. He was looking like Eli Manning in the Super Bowl. He was looking like Tom Brady in his 20-year stint with the Patriots. He was looking like Patrick Mahomes last year in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter. You could not stop him. So, with all that being said, I think I like Washington plus 3 here. Yes, they're coming off of a highly emotional win, so they may take a step back this week, but it's Ron Rivera at the helm of coaching staffs. I mean, folks, coaching is a huge part of football, folks. It doesn't matter in basketball. I wouldn't say it doesn't matter in basketball, but it's very minuscule in basketball, where in football, coaching is really everything, folks. If you don't have the right coach, you're not going to be good. Do you think it's a coincidence that the Browns get a good head coach, Kevin Stefanski, and they're instantly good? Come on, folks. This team hasn't been good in 20 years. They've been having players. They've been having coaches. They finally got a good coach. Baker Mayfield's a decent quarterback, game manager, I would put him at right now. And, I think the coach definitely elevates him. So coaching matters 100%. Washington has a great coach. The 49ers have a good coach too, don't get me wrong. They just went to the Super Bowl last year, and he's still kind of, with all these injuries, still overcoming those injuries and still being very competitive in these games. So I think I like Washington plus 3.5. I get the hook. I love it. I don't think Nick Mullins goes out and does anything crazy. This Washington defense was pretty good. I mean, they held Big Ben to only, what did they put up, 17 points last week? So on the road still, Washington, 49ers, can't buy them. 49ers are on the road as well. I mean, they have no home field advantage officially. So, I think I like the 3.5 here, honestly. I think I like the 3.5 here. Yeah. Washington plus 3.5. I think I like it. Maybe our 99% guarantees tomorrow. Alrighty, 3 more games here. Let's go through these a little bit quickly, and we'll get out of here. The first one, Falcons-Chargers. We predicted this game at Chargers minus 1.5. And it's Falcons minus 2.5. Interesting, and I love it. I agree with it. You cannot trust this Chargers team. They're absolutely trash. Now, I cannot trust this Falcons offense on the road. I can barely trust this Falcons offense when it's 100% at home. So I'm not going to trust them on the road. But I also cannot trust Anthony Lynn and whatever the heck he's going to do for the Chargers this week. They just got blown out 45-0. How are they going to respond with Anthony Lynn at the helm? Probably not very good. So I'm going to stay away from this game. I've been killed by Atlanta too much this season. The Chargers, I would not trust them with 20 points, folks. I don't care. They do not close out games, and they lose the close ones. So what are we talking about here? Falcons, possibly money line is the best bet here. Maybe expect Justin Herbert to rebound very well after getting blown out 45-0. This Falcons defense is nowhere near the Patriots defense. I'll tell you all that right off the rip. But yeah, these are two bad teams I cannot get behind. I tried to buy into the Falcons. I was an early adopter of this Falcons offense, and then they just weren't getting it done when they're all on the field together. It's truly wild, folks. So if Julio Jones is out, then I like Atlanta. How crazy is that? If Julio Jones is not playing, I like Atlanta. If he is playing, I stay away from the game. Alrighty, Bills, Steelers, and we predicted this one at Bills minus 3, and it's Bills minus 2.5. See what they did here. They're not giving you that 3-point hook. They're saying on a neutral field, the Steelers are better than the Bills, and I 100% agree. This defense is going to eat Josh Allen alive, folks. Josh Allen is a little inflated off of that win against the 49ers last week. Primetime game. You got to show everybody what they wanted. The Bills fans were all chirping on Twitter. We see it, we hear it, we see it, we hear it more. So Steelers, I expect their offense to get back on track. That was just a bad game. A lot of drops. You heard Mike Tomlin. He's not playing with that bullshit, folks. This is not a no bullshit head coach, and that's why a lot of players respect him. So, and we get 2.5 points. I probably buy this one up to 3 just because you don't lose that much value if you buy a half a point. Buy the half a point. Don't get killed on the hook. We'll take the Steelers plus 3, and I'll tell you right now, that's going to be our moneymaker pick. That's a lock, folks. Steelers getting points, come on. Off of a bad loss, come on. After their undefeated season just got ruined, after Mike Tomlin is calling out everybody, after Josh Allen just had a hyper-inflated passing performance, I think he turns the ball over a couple of times this game, folks. Look for it. Look for it. Alrighty, and then the last game, the Monday night game. Once again, we're not going to talk too much about it. We'll talk about it on Monday, but we predicted it at Browns minus 2.5, and it's Browns. Wow. Okay, I give Vegas respect for calling it like this. They say it's Browns minus 1, or Ravens minus 1.5, and I still think we take it. I think the Bills and the Browns, folks, I think they take small steps back. I mean, these are not trusted quarterbacks that you're like, oh my goodness, okay, this is what we get every single week. No, we really don't get this every single week. This is why it's kind of a surprise that they did it last week, that Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns in the first half and that Josh Allen played a flawless game. So, we expect them to take steps back. They played very well. They're inflated. Everybody's talking. Baker Mayfield, I mean, this man has the biggest dick right now, folks. I mean, on social media, everybody's playing the gif of him rolling out the carpet and taking photos after a touchdown celebration. Baker Mayfield starting to talk. The Bills Mafia is starting to talk. That puts a lot of pressure on their quarterbacks. They always don't respond very well. We like the Steelers. We like the Ravens. We'll swallow the 2. We'll swallow the 1.5. We'll take the 2.5, and we'll see some quarterbacks flounder this week, I think.